she was awaiting trial for 14 other murders. So it was never brought up, or I'm not going to say never brought up, there was no evidence of these other 14 victims that Tamara claimed to kill. But in the diary, she details her killing 14 other people. So supposedly she suffers from schizophrenia, and she was treated